You wake up, but you can't move. You try to scream, but nothing comes out. There's something in the room. It's standing in the corner, or sitting on your chest, or pressing you down into the mattress. It's not a dream. It feels more real than anything you've ever experienced. If you've ever had this experience, you've been through sleep paralysis. And you're not alone. It happens to millions of people. It's been happening for thousands of years. Every culture has a name for it. The old hag, the nightmare, the alien abduction. But here's the truth. It's not supernatural. It's not a demon. It's not an alien. It's a glitch. A very specific, very explainable glitch in your brain's sleep-wake system. And once you understand what's actually happening, the whole thing goes from terrifying to fascinating. To understand it, you need to understand REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. It's the stage of sleep where you dream. And during REM, your brain does something remarkable. It paralyzes your body. It completely shuts down your voluntary muscle movement. This is called REM atonia. But sometimes the sequence breaks. Sometimes you regain consciousness while you're still in REM atonia. You wake up, but your body doesn't. The paralysis is still active. You're conscious and aware, but you can't move a single muscle. And that's sleep paralysis. Now here's where it gets interesting. Your consciousness is trapped in a paralyzed body, and your brain hates that. It's terrifying. Your brain doesn't know what's happening. It only knows you're awake and you can't move. So it goes into threat detection mode. It starts scanning the environment for danger. And because you're in a vulnerable, paralyzed state, your brain assumes the worst. It projects threats. It creates a presence. That's the figure in the corner. That's the entity sitting on your chest. Your brain is trying to explain why you can't move. Your amygdala is firing. Your threat detection is maxed out, and your imagination fills in the blanks. That's why people see old hags, demons, aliens, or shadow figures. It's not real. It's the brain's best guess at what could be causing this extreme danger. Every culture has its own version. The old hag, the demon, the alien, the shadow figure. But they're all the same glitch. Let's talk about the chest pressure. Many people with sleep paralysis describe a heavy weight pressing down on them. They feel like they're being crushed or suffocated. Why does that happen? It's also a biological artifact. During REM atonia, your breathing shifts to a shallow, diaphragm-based pattern. Your chest muscles aren't fully engaged. When you become conscious during this state, you try to take a deep breath, but you can't. It feels like something is sitting on you. Your brain says, "Why can't I breathe? There must be a weight on my chest." And again, your imagination provides the image. A demon, a witch, a massive shadow figure. It's not real. It's your brain's explanation for a physical sensation. Now, let's talk about why some people experience this and others don't. Sleep paralysis is more common in people who are sleep deprived. It's more common in people who have irregular sleep schedules. It's more common in people who sleep on their backs. It's more common in people who are stressed or anxious. It also runs in families. So what can you do if it happens to you? The first thing is to recognize it. When you feel that familiar paralysis, don't fight it. The more you struggle, the more your brain panics, and the more vivid the hallucination becomes. Instead, remind yourself, this is just sleep paralysis. I'm not in danger. I'm in REM atonia. This will pass. Second, try to move a small muscle. Your body is paralyzed, but not completely. You might be able to wiggle a toe or a finger. Focus on that. It can break the paralysis. Fourth, improve your sleep hygiene. Sleep paralysis is almost always linked to poor sleep. Get consistent sleep. Sleep on your side. Manage your stress. It won't eliminate it entirely, but it can reduce the frequency significantly. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. Sleep paralysis is also a gateway. Once you know what it is, you can use it. You can turn it into a lucid dream. Because you're conscious while your body is asleep. That's a rare and powerful state. Experienced lucid dreamers sometimes induce sleep paralysis deliberately. Now let's put this into historical context. Sleep paralysis explains a huge chunk of human folklore. In medieval Europe, it was called the mare, a spirit that sat on your chest. That's where the word nightmare comes from. In Newfoundland, it's the old hag. In Japan, it's kanashibari, being bound by metal. Every culture had its own explanation because every culture experienced it. But people don't talk about it. They're afraid they'll sound crazy. They worry it means they're losing their mind. They think it's a sign of some dark spiritual attack. So they suffer in silence. That silence is a shame, because the fear is the worst part. Once you know what it is, the fear evaporates. That's the liberation. To go from terror to understanding. To go from something is attacking me to something is happening in my brain. That's the whole point. You're not being haunted. You're being introduced to your own neurobiology. And that's way less scary. Actually, it's kind of amazing.